Hey guys, this is kind of crazy. I don't know if anyone's going to come live right now because, well, it is what it is, but I'm just giving my live reaction. So, a few minutes ago, Louis and I kind of finished um, the Mexican UAP coverage. Um, and literally, right at the very end, the two surprises, the two boxes that they had there, they're claiming to be UFO alien bodies, right? They're claiming to be alien bodies, and I got to tell you, that's very crazy and very weird. Um, be, these were bodies that were found in Peru. Now, some people have claimed that these are mummies, but this scientist is claiming that they're not, that these are not human remains, that they're UFO, like they're alien bodies. And no doubt they look creepy. They're small. They're like infant size almost. But the heads, they're saying it's fossilized. I got to tell you guys, this is really, really crazy. Alrighty. They're saying that I have no idea what they are, but they're showing x-rays of these little bodies. And I got to tell you, this is just absolutely batshit crazy. Because one of two things. If they are true alien bodies and the heads look, when you look at the x-rays, they absolutely look like your traditional little alien grays, right? Now, obviously, in the old, there's also cultures around the world that used to wrap their heads that way, but these are small little corpses. One of two things: crazy, amazing. If this is, real, or this is going to put the UFO disclosure movement back 20 years. Right? One of two things is happening here. Either where this is crazy, like crazy wow, or crazy you guys have completely nuked the fridge, you guys have jumped the shark, and you guys are showing something. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. So, literally, here you go. You got they're showing. They're talking about how they remove cells from the bodies. It's.
I want to hear what Josh Gates has to say about this.
Yeah, this is something that's going to be, again, guys, this is the thing. Either one of two things is going to happen. This is going to be, oh my God, the world's going to change tomorrow because they just showed bodies of aliens. Or we might hear something like, oh, this is bullshit. And we had, they've had these little mummies around. But I know that these little mummies have been around, but they're saying that there's evidence that this is not human bodies. And that there's metallic implants.
If those X-rays are real, the rib cage goes down. There's a lot of.
Yeah, there's a lot of craziness here, guys. This is absolutely batshit crazy. And look at that. Look at that. You guys are seeing that? That's. They're saying that these bodies were recovered. These bodies were put in these mines over 1,000 years ago. They're saying that there's eggs in the gestation system. Yeah, this is just absolutely crazy, and it's unfortunate that we're not still live on Nerd Report. But here, I'm just trying to give you a quick reaction here because these are the cells. That's what the two boxes. So all you guys are wondering and joking, oh shit, what's in those boxes? They were alien bodies or supposed alien bodies. Oh, they're showing what's inside the interior of those, what look like eggs inside the stomach. Because they're doing it via X-ray.
Oh my God.
Okay, these
Embryo.
eggs are embryos. Well, so they can't be human.
Fotografías directas hechas por el Instituto Icari y las imágenes se lograron con el trabajo
Holy crap.
de la
Take a look.
Universidad de San Petersburgo de Rusia. No estamos
But
hablando
is
de
that
un
just a
grupo de
mock-up,
arqueros
like
que ha
a-
hecho
No, this is the digital X-ray that they did.
Like a real digital
Esto es
X-ray?
lo que, y la siguiente imagen, porque miren, para que vean que esto no es una casualidad, 2 años después en el Perú, en mi país, la Universidad de Ica replicó el análisis.
This guy's from Peru, and they recovered these near the Nazca lines. Okay.
Oh my
Y junto a un
God.
experto lograron hallar estas imágenes. Si le pones play también al centro, por favor. Y lo que
Ok.
ven a la derecha es, digamos, la imagen de costado, y lo que van viendo a la izquierda es de costado, y a la derecha la parte de arriba hacia abajo, mientras va corriendo el tomógrafo. Ahí pueden ver en la parte superior lo que sería su cabecita, en la parte media unos bracitos que se
They're
ven,
showing the head,
y toda
and they're
la
saying the
parte
body.
inferior es el
These
resto.
are inside eggs that were in the stomach of these little creatures.
Es la primera vez que en un foro de este nivel se ven estas imágenes, señores. Pueden comparar, miren, las imágenes de un...
Here we go. They're showing between a human embryo.
Como el que tienen ahí en la vitrina. Esto verdaderamente es sorprendente porque no estamos hablando de ficción, estamos hablando de ciencia.
He says we're not talking about fiction. We're talking about science here.
Estamos viendo, estos seres han estado conviviendo por la época de...
They're saying that these beings have been living with us for a long time.
Pero esto no hubiera sido posible ver si es que no hubiera sido por el método de preservación practicado sobre esos cuerpos.
That we would have never seen this if it wasn't for the preservation
La cobertura blanca y ese color característico
that
que tienen
was
son
that
las
these bodies had because they were in these salt mines.
en el mundo. La cobertura blanca es una combinación de tierra de diatomeas, ya lo mencionó Jaime, y algas fosilizadas, además de un compuesto químico extremadamente tóxico.
Listen, here's the thing, guys. I'm 100% gonna go, and we got this is something that's gonna be investigated. But again, these are scientists. They're talking about DNA results.
Mortal, para resumir. Y esto, combinado con la tierra de diatomea, es lo que le da esa característica de color a la
Oh, they're talking about the stuff that was able to help preserve these bodies.
Like diatomaceous dirt somehow.
And this is what they're showing. Now they're showing the old, like the Nazca lines and the old petroglyphs, right? All the old petroglyphs that have been shown in Peru for years. So basically, this guy is making the case here, right, that all these footage, all these images that for years, right, we've been, ancient aliens have been saying are aliens. Well, maybe they really are. Again, the crazy thing is there's bodies with little eggs inside of them. They're talking about all the different, the images in different parts of the world, whether it's Mexico, Peru, the U.S., Armenia, and all of them always have only 3 fingers on their feet or in their hands.
El impacto cultural de este hallazgo va a tener muchas repercusiones. Miren esa muñeca, por ejemplo, esa muñeca está exhibida en un museo.
And literally they're showing dolls and stuff that they made, that they found in Peru near Nazca.
No puede ser una casualidad.
And that, even the dolls and these always only showed 3 digits.
Siguiente.
Again, kind of crazy here.
Cultural de este hallazgo va a
Oh,
tener
look at Argentina,
Cuba.
Venezuela, and Cuba,
la evolución de las
right?
especies
And even Cuba always show these beings with 3 digits, not 5.
Vamos con la penúltima.
That's interesting. That's very cool.
Miren, esa imagen es reciente, se hizo viral en mi país la semana que pasó. Es el trabajo de ciencias de un niño del Cusco que está reproduciendo las características físicas de las momias de Nazca.
They're showing that even okay, this is nothing big, but this is basically showing that reproduction of the mummies from Nazca. But basically, all the mummies that they show in Nazca and Peru are all always just like with 3 digits,
Con todo respeto,
right?
a los científicos y catedráticos de verdad en todo el mundo.
It goes with all respect to all the scientists.
Los invito, como lo hice yo al
We-
principio con este caso.
We invite you
Un periodista incrédulo como la mayoría de ustedes
to
están aquí.
investigate this
Yo
case.
también. Por las dudas que tenía me acerqué. Yo no dije, esto
I had doubts. I didn't believe in any of this stuff.
aquí al caso porque me pensé que había algo muy sospechoso ahí.
I just thought there was something very suspicious here.
Extraordinario. Por eso los invito.
I invite you.
Empiecen, si gustan, con la hipótesis de que todo es falso, pero acérquense a investigar.
That's fine. Start with the hypothesis that everything is
Este
false,
tesoro apareció
but
en
go
el
in and
Perú,
investigate.
pero es un legado para toda la humanidad. No dejemos que caiga en las manos incorrectas. Gracias a las millones de personas y divulgadores que en sus redes sociales también...
He goes, thank you for all the people who have been helping this.
A través del streaming han contribuido a que este conocimiento no sea enterrado, que este conocimiento llegue hoy a este recinto es producto de un trabajo colectivo
This-
inconmensurable. Las inteligencias humanas, recuérdenlo, no son un fenómeno reciente.
Thank you to all the social, to social media and everyone who's been promoting this.
Esta oportunidad.
Thank you for this opportunity.
My God.
Sin duda extraordinario. Yo quiero agradecer a,
This is extraordinary.
ya que ustedes deben de imaginarse que la investigación fue extraordinariamente costosa. Se realizaron, pues no voy a decir que decenas, pero sí muchísimos viajes a Perú.
That this costs a lot of money to investigate, a lot of trips to
El
Peru.
ADN, que van a escuchar ustedes a un experto en su análisis. Me costó más de $50,000 el poderlo hacer.
At
$1 millón de
this,
pesos.
I guess to kind of do
De la-
the investigation, I guess
de Canadá, uno de los mejores
like the
del mundo.
DNA stuff, cost over $50,000 to investigate, and I could think they got like some Canadian guy to do it.
Decirles que es la reina de todas las pruebas. O sea, si el ADN nos está demostrando que no son seres humanos,
If they're saying,
no
if the
hay
DNA
nada
tells us
que
it's not
parezca
human,
en el mundo a esto, así lo debemos de tomar.
and if this
Seres
person is
humanos,
telling us that the DNA is not human,
queremos decir extraterrestres, porque no lo sabemos.
we don't want to call them extraterrestrial,
Estos seres que evidentemente fueron inteligentes, que vivieron con nuestros ancestros,
but they're not
que
human.
cambiarán la historia de
Maybe
la
they were
humanidad,
just
porque
beings that live with our ancestors.
por eso antropólogos y arqueólogos se oponen a esto.
He goes, that's why anthropologists, archaeologists oppose this idea.
Considerar muchas cosas que no hemos pensado. Ahora quiero presentar
I would like to
al
present
doctor José Salce Benítez, una verdadera eminencia científica. Él está aquí de forma personal, representándose a sí mismo. Sin embargo, hace prácticamente 30 años
they're introducing another
trabaja
scientist.
en la Marina de México. Es uno de los científicos más importantes de esta organización. Es ahora mismo el director del Instituto Científico para la Salud de la Secretaría de Marina y tiene muchas especialidades. También en algún momento fue el director del Servicio Médico Forense de la Marina y es un hombre súper calificado.
The next person that's coming up basically is someone in charge of like the Ministry of Health,
Doctor José Salce.
Dr. Jose something of another. Sorry, didn't catch the name. My bad.
Muy buenas noches a todos.
He goes, good evening to everyone.
Quiero agradecer al diputado Sergio Gutiérrez Luna y al señor Jaime Maussan por el privilegio de coincidir en este tiempo. Es para mí un honor poder dirigirme a ustedes en tan alta tribuna para exponer los resultados de mis análisis derivados del estudio de la anatomía de estos cuerpos no humanos.
All right, he's going to talk about
Como médico
the
forense, en colaboración con el biólogo José de la Cruz Ríos y con base
basically the
en
results, guys, the results.
diversas evidencias científicas, tales como rayos X, tomografía computarizada,
He's talking about
reconstrucciones
X-rays, DNA,
análisis macroscópico,
microscopic analysis,
de carbono 14, antropología forense, anatomía comparada y de análisis de ADN,
carbon-14 dating.
la reina de las evidencias en las ciencias forenses para estudios de comparación. Puedo afirmar que estos cuerpos
They kind of
no
look
guardan
like
relación
ET.
con el ser humano.
Look, we got one here.
Al efecto, iniciaré con la descripción de las imágenes que estaremos observando.
There we go. I got my own alien here.
Son cuerpos de aproximadamente 60 centímetros,
These bodies are 60 centimeters.
cubiertos de un polvo blanco que mediante microscopía electrónica
Holy crap.
identificamos como polvo de diatomea, el cual permite la desecación de los cuerpos,
Basically,
así
these
como la ausencia de generación de bacterias, hongos y fauna cadavérica. La presencia de este polvo permite la perfecta conservación.
this
o
powder
desecación
that they
de
were
estos
covered with
provocando un proceso de
They were able
conservación
to
natural a través del tiempo,
dehydrate, I
el cual
guess,
pudimos calcular aplicando la prueba de carbono 14,
and then with
mismo que señaló
carbon
y
14
dató
dating,
un promedio de 1000 años de antigüedad.
they're approximately
Esto hace
1,000 years old.
del lugar del hallazgo de estos cuerpos un lugar idóneo para su conservación y preservación por quien o
Guys,
quienes
this is weird,
los
guys.
hayan depositado en este sitio en el Perú. Entrando en el tema de la anatomía, podemos observar que tienen una estructura humanoide que consta
They have a
de
humanoid
cabeza,
design.
tronco, abdomen y extremidades, las cuales concluyen en manos y pies tridáctilos. La estructura ósea de todo el esqueleto nos muestra una perfecta armonía y concordancia entre las articulaciones. La parte final de cada hueso embona a la perfección con el hueso que le sigue y además se observa el desgaste de estos por el movimiento de la biomecánica propia del espécimen, siendo huesos muy resistentes pero muy ligeros, fuertes pero livianos como los de las aves.
They're saying that these bodies, like the bone design, is they're light but strong, like that of birds.
Sin embargo, es un cráneo neumatizado, es decir, con espacios que le permiten ser muy ligero, pero rígido y resistente, con una gran cavidad intracraneal, lo cual evidencia que era contenedor
What the fuck is that,
de
though?
material cerebral
Is that
o
the metal thing
neurológico
that they said
muy
that they
grande.
had? That-
I have no idea.
Igualmente, vemos que los espacios de las órbitas oculares son de un tamaño muy amplio, lo que permitiría una visión estereoscópica muy amplia para este
Remember earlier
espécimen.
they said they had some.
Cuenta
Yeah, like some metal things inside or something.
Yeah, I think that's
y con
what
una
it is.
cavidad oral que por su articulación mandibular y ausencia de piezas dentales permite determinar que su alimentación era por deglución y no por masticación. El cuello, a su vez, es una estructura larga que se une a la cabeza en el piso medio del cráneo, lo cual es una rareza que en las especies primates no ocurre.
Basically, they're saying this is not a human body because some of these little mummies have appeared in the past, but anthropologists and archaeologists have always said that they were like infant body designs. This scientist, they're saying that anatomically this is impossible because they're able to do these x-rays and these are 100% not human.
Las cuales son pequeñas en su grosor óseo, pero que tienen un disco intervertebral muy ancho, lo cual hace posible que este cuello fuera retráctil como el de las tortugas.
They're saying that the way the neck is designed, it's designed that of a turtle, that it could retract, which kind of reminds me of this guy, right? So I always wondered, did Steven Spielberg know a little more than he kind of shared with us? Because basically they're saying that the neck is very similar to that of a turtle, that it would be able to retract.
Un espacio muy reducido entre ellas, siendo en número entre 14 a 16. En el abdomen podemos evidenciar la presencia de 3 huevos.
And the abdomen, there's 3 eggs.
En la cavidad abdominal, gracias a la tomografía, pudimos evidenciar a nivel milimétrico que existen oviductos con la presencia de huevos milimétricos. Esto quiere decir que se encontraban en un proceso de gestación continuo. Además,
This is crazy. They're saying that the eggs that they also found, like smaller eggs, that it was a constant gestation period.
A través de estos huevos y de su desarrollo en el oviducto
They were always
sería
reproducing?
imposible de falsificar.
There's no way to
Podemos
falsify
además
this.
observar gracias a la tomografía los trazos
You know,
de
besides
músculos,
E.T.'s thumb,
tendones,
It's
ligamentos
pretty accurate.
y vasos
Seriously,
sanguíneos.
seriously, I'm looking at what did fucking Spielberg know about this? Because this is like,
Llegando a las extremidades,
here they showing the difference between the human body, right? The human body and also the non-human body.
Yeah, look at the ribs. It goes like all
las
the way
cuales
down.
terminan en
It's
manos
not
y
like
pies
flared
tridáctilos
out.
de 5 falanges.
Even a baby,
Esto
I
les
think their
permitiría
ribs are,
no
you know,
ocupar el
shorter.
dedo pulgar.
Yeah, but why the hell eggs? Like even if you made the argument, no, correct. So if you made the argument, these are just human baby infants, you know, whatever. But either this is the biggest hoax on the planet,
Yeah.
or holy crap.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry that I'm not, commenting there, guys, because I'm just looking at this. I'm just as shocked as you guys are.
Brazo y el antebrazo.
How
además de que terminan en una especie de lecho mundial para la uña y que a observación de microscopios encontramos huellas digitales. Esto sería imposible de replicar. Estas huellas digitales son de particular interés, ya que la mayoría de los especímenes en este planeta tienen huellas onduladas o circulares, y las huellas digitales de estos especímenes son completamente...
That there's even some kind of digital fingerprints on these things.
Otra particularidad es que algunos de estos cuerpos poseen implantes metálicos que se encuentran perfectamente adosados dentro de la piel y hacia la superficie.
And they're saying that these cadavers or these bodies also have metallic implants in them.
Dentro de los cuales destaca el osmio y el cadmio, mismos que son ocupados actualmente para la telecomunicación satelital. Por último, señalaré que
I'm a bit speechless, guys.
después de haber sido comparados con más de 1 millón de especies registradas, encontramos que existe una diferencia significante entre lo conocido y estos cuerpos. Estos estudios se realizaron en diversas instituciones de alto nivel, tanto nacional como internacional, y los resultados dieron evidencia de que un 70% del material genético tiene coincidencia con lo conocido. Pero
Can you look up
hay una
human
diferencia
Nazca,
del 30%.
miniature
¿Cuál es la
mummies?
relevancia de esto? Pues que se
Miniature
encuentra
mummies Nazca.
comparado con primates.
Because I know I've seen reports of this in the past, guys, where people have talked about this, right? What's crazy is that this is, they've done more research on this because in the past it was just mummies and they kind of whatever. They're saying that these bodies specifically had, again, eggs that were gestating in the stomach. Anatomically, it's impossible for these to be human.
Y resultados se encuentran publicados y a disposición de quien guste analizarlos o darles continuidad.
They're publishing all these results, all these studies. They're publishing them and letting them.
Coadyuve en sumar esfuerzos para definir ante qué estamos y hasta dónde podemos llegar como resultado de una colaboración en un estudio científico y académico. Como conclusión, y
As
por todo lo
conclusion,
expuesto, podemos decir que estos cuerpos son de una especie no humana.
In conclusion, they could say that these bodies are non-human bodies.
Taxonomía del árbol de evolución de las especies darwiniana.
And they have nothing to do
Común o rastreable.
with the Darwinian evolution ladder. So basically, these have nothing, the DNA, nothing has anything to do with stuff that you find here.
Tuvieron vida y son una evidencia irrefutable por sí mismos.
These are
Estamos
irrefutable proof
describir una nueva especie
of non-human
de
life,
la oportunidad
a new
de
species,
que ha habido contacto con otros seres no
that we have had contact.
fueron dibujados y señalados en el pasado en diversas
They've been drawn upon, they've been drawn, they've been shown in different
podemos aceptar su existencia entre
civilization,
y con nosotros.
and we could tell
Muchas
you,
gracias.
yeah, well, all right, guys, these guys are saying that it's human life. Not human life, alien life.
Extraordinaria exposición.
I got to tell you guys, it's kind of
Creo que no deja lugar a dudas. Aquí lo más importante es que
Jaime Maussan is saying that this obviously leaves no doubt.
no hace algunos años, quizá algunos lo recuerdan, hace 8 años presenté una evidencia de una fotografía de lo que yo pienso es un extraterrestre, pero ¿cómo podemos demostrar con una fotografía?
He says that 8 years ago he showed a
Años
picture
después me dio Dios la oportunidad de
of what
encontrar
he thought was
esas
evidence
evidencias
of an alien life. But how do you prove that a photography is proof
para
of
que las quiera
alien life?
investigar. Si quieres poner nuevamente, por favor, para aquellos que nos estén escuchando en cualquier lugar del mundo,
He goes, for anybody that's
que
listening to
quieran,
different parts of the world,
acceder al lugar donde se encuentra todo el ADN que tomó más de un año poderlo
so
tener.
he's, by the way, he's basically saying they're going to be publishing all the DNA results.
Hacer su propia lectura, lo puede hacer y va a llegar
Oh, there it
a
is.
las mismas conclusiones que seguramente llegó el doctor Ricardo Rangel, experto genetista, que nos va a exponer ahora los resultados de su investigación con el ADN. Adelante.
So yeah, they have another doctor now who's basically going to be talking about the results, the DNA results. So what do you guys think? I'm really curious what you guys think.
Damas, caballeros, miembros de la prensa, muy buenas tardes.
There's another doctor on right now.
Presencia. Y pues bueno, básicamente
You know what?
análisis de las
Give me a
entidades
stool.
científicas referidas a este momento de comunicarse. He venido aquí de manera libre y voluntaria a dar mi
Again, this is the other guy now. This is an expert
a las
in
muestras obtenidos
genetics.
especímenes, como comentó el periodista Joe
There we go.
cuerpos que han sido rescatados. Uno de ellos es uno que se llama Victoria, al cual se obtuvieron varias muestras de tejido.
I guess they named these bodies. One of them was named Victoria.
De ADN, es decir, de este material genético del ácido desoxirribonucleico, para posteriormente llevar a cabo un proceso de secuenciación de ADN, esto con la finalidad de poder identificar
They sequenced the DNA.
está relacionado el espécimen en cuestión. Al tratarse de muestras de tejido biológico antiguo, lo cual se pudo constatar mediante las pruebas de carbono 14,
Why is your phone connected to the?
Good,
Why is your phone connected to
'cause I did.
YouTube?
I did. Because I did. All right, guys. Sorry. All right, guys. Sorry. Technical difficulties, guys. Here. Sorry. Technical difficulties, guys. Here. Sorry. Technical difficulties, guys. Here. Sorry. Got to reconnect it. All right, guys. Sorry, we lost the connection here, but we're gonna go back when we connect. All right, guys. Sorry, we lost the connection here, but we're gonna go. All right. Sorry, my bad. All right, guys. Sorry, we lost the connection here. 2 seconds. My bad.
Mute the TV. I'm trying. Mute the TV.
2 seconds. All right, guys. So listen, I'll go back on there right now. So it's really interesting, really crazy to see what's been going on. Basically, they're talking about DNA sequencing. Now they're getting into. It's hard to deny science, right? So, like I said earlier, one of two things is going to happen. Either this is going to be the biggest hoax on the planet, right? And it's going to put disclosure years away, right? It's going to put disclosure years away, or this is groundbreaking and it's going to change the way we think about the world. Because according to what these guys are saying, these scientists are saying, it's that, well, this is the real deal, okay? This is the real deal. So we will see what else is being said right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Here, give me. Give me. All right, I apologize, folks. Alrighty, let's talk. Let's see what else they're saying.
Si bien se estima que existen más de 7 millones de especies de nuestro planeta, hasta este momento ya se han secuenciado al menos un organismo de todas las taxas existentes de seres vivos conocidos en el planeta. Por lo que con esas 7,000 genomas, con el cual se realiza la comparación de las
You're saying that over 7,000 genomes have been already kind of coded or studied.
Y significativo. La herramienta SRA mencionada anteriormente nos proporcionó los siguientes resultados. De la muestra del tejido del cuello, del hueso del cuello, identificado pues como 0002, se lograron identificar 72.07% de secuencias de lectura y 27.93% de las secuencias de lectura obtenidas no coinciden con los genomas de los seres vivos hasta ahora conocidos.
Basically, they're saying that the genome, the DNA is not matching anything on the planet.
De ADN contaminante del Homo sapiens, y el porcentaje restante pertenece a virus y bacterias que también contaminaron la muestra. De manera muy interesante, el tejido muscular de la cadera se lograron identificar 36.2% de las secuencias de lectura, pero de manera muy interesante.
Yeah, guys, what do you think? I don't know, man. I'm taking this with a grain of salt. This is almost too good to be true, right? Like if this is really DNA sequencing that's basically telling us that, that humans, that this is not a human DNA, that this is truly alien.
Bacterias, plantas, no lográndose identificar
Man, like I said, either this puts disclosure back 20 years and UFO believers become like the laughing stock. It's too much at risk, right? You can't fake something like this. This would be too big of a gamble, especially when they're saying that they're allowing all the DNA sequencing and everything. They said they're putting it out for any scientist to look at. So I guarantee you there's going to be tons of people that are going to start, going through this stuff here.
Este alto porcentaje de lecturas no identificadas con los organismos vivos que actualmente conocemos debería ser centro de futuras investigaciones para tratar.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear what folks like Neil deGrasse Tyson say about stuff like this, because for a fact that right now you probably have, I don't know, a bunch of scientists that are already digging into the stuff because they've already put up all this information. The question is, are they going to put up the bodies, right? The same way that these guys were able to investigate them. Because, guys, what's really creepy and really weird is the eggs inside these bodies. And when they x-ray them, there's little fetuses inside. Like, what is that? And now the one thing that I'm wondering is the folks like Robert Salas and the pilot, Ryan Graves, are they like, holy shit, why are we here? Because, yes, 100%, this sounds so National Enquirer, but, they're doing it at the Mexican Congress. Yeah, they're saying that basically this DNA sequencing, all stuff, has basically nothing to do with any worldly species. They're saying that they're literally putting it up on the cloud, guys. They're literally putting it up on the cloud, and they're saying that they're going to allow anybody who wants to if you look at the DNA. All right, they're closing the event. Let's see what they say. Again, guys, look, here it is. Okay, these little guys had little eggs inside of them. That's... They absolutely dropped the bomb if it ends up being, right? If it ends up being true. This is absolutely crazy. I guarantee you that all the debunkers right now are going to go hard at work. And you know what's good? I don't want to believe something. Listen, if it's true, it's true. If it's fake, then whoever... there's too much to lose here. If these guys... If this Peruvian guy and the scientist, Jaime Maussan, if somehow... This is kind of scares me a little bit. Kind of reminds me of a few years ago When some guy claimed he had a Bigfoot in the freezer. You guys remember that story where they found a Bigfoot and he would show footage and it looked like and it was all bullshit. Like there was like a frozen gorilla suit or something. I forget what it was, right? This scares me, but these guys are challenging. Here's the DNA. Here's the stuff. Go investigate it yourself. This is again, for the closing argument, the guy's basically saying we got to modify the laws. They basically want to encourage the study of the UFOs phenomena, whether it's, the spaceships. Guys, here's the thing is, not in a million years was I expecting, everyone says, I want to see the bodies. I want to see the bodies. Well, there you go, guys. There were the bodies, right? The bodies were shown. Are they real? Who knows? They just wrapped up. And here's where the big job starts of true ufologist, okay, is to find out what's being, if this is true or not, right? So it's it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm shocked. I'm 100% shocked. So I just want to state something again, guys. If you guys go on the channel, the Atomic Wire channel, a collaboration that we did with Louis, we posted that interview, okay, where we interviewed this Marine, and altogether the interview was about 20-something minutes. We only posted about 9 minutes. There's a lot of information there, and I know that some people might be saying, why are we just kind of rehashing what was talked about 4 months ago? Guys, I got to tell you, the reason we did that road trip and is that one, it happened in our backyards, right? 29 Palms is only a couple hundred, like maybe 150 miles away from where we're at, and we wanted to go and investigate it a little bit. And we thought that Louis' viewers deserve to get a little bit more boots on the ground and try to investigate it and bring you a story that maybe you didn't know about, right? So the 29 Palm story is very interesting because there was about 50 Marines that reached out to Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, and basically, they said, here's video footage, here's pictures, and some of the pictures and some of the video is on this interview that we did. This made worldwide news, right? It was on Fox, it was on CNN, and it was everywhere. And then a couple days later, the Department of Defense went out and kind of like poo-pooed on it and like, oh, it was just a military training and it was just flares. It's just flares. Well, that was a bit insulting to a lot of these Marines that were there. And that's why we have this Marine, and I got to give Marine Nicholas Longacre a lot of credit. This guy was an ordnance specialist, so he knew exactly. He knows what a flare is. He knows what weapons are, and they saw it. And well, as you can see in the interview, he totally believes that they're not flares. Now, he did say, could it be some other like an experimental aircraft or something? Maybe, but they weren't flares, and that's where the cover-up happens, right? The cover-up is that the military is trying to say they were flares. And then you have some people who are hard to debunk. Now, to credit to Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, they went back on and they said, listen, I understand that people are trying to debunk this, but there is still more information to be told. And they kind of challenged, they kind of threw the gauntlet down a little bit and said, we want you guys to go investigate. And that's what we did. Right, so Cameron and I was able to get a hold of a Marine that was on base. So definitely take a look at that interview. We'll be posting the entire interview unedited, okay? So you guys could see everything, because we weren't hiding anything, and there's even more detail there. And if you guys like that, I'm going to expand a little bit on this. There's a lot of stories out there, to a certain extent historical. Yes, everyone's heard of Roswell. But you know what? I think it deserves another look. There's also, there's a story out there that you guys might not be aware of, that President Eisenhower went to Edwards Air Force Base, and astronaut Gordon claims that he, filmed a meeting between aliens and the president. Now, we're talking about an astronaut, right? They can't be too crazy if they went to space, right? They got to be kind of vetted pretty well by NASA and by the military. And he swears up and down that he was there when the President Eisenhower had a face-to-face meeting with aliens, that there was like an alien meetings. And there is evidence that President Eisenhower was in Palm Springs. He disappeared. So stuff like that, we're going to want to go investigate for you and give you a bigger story. Same thing. You guys might have seen the story, the movie Fire in the Sky. Well, that happened in Arizona. The Travis Walton story. True or not, we want to go investigate it. So if we're able to go and investigate it and kind of give a new spin to some of these stories, we want to do that for you. There's also a huge story that happened in Aurora, Texas, right? In the 1800s, in the late 1800s, there was actually a newspaper article. This is way before Roswell, 50 years before Roswell, of a space, they called it an airship, because remember, there was no airplanes back then. They called it an airship that crashed, that there was bodies, okay, and that these bodies were buried in the town cemetery, and then later this grave disappeared, or whatever remains were disappeared. And there's actually news articles about this. So this stuff is the stuff that myself, Cameron, Louie, Skylar, you'll meet the rest of the gang, okay? We want to hit the road, and we're going to need your help for this, all right? So stay tuned between Atomic Wire and Nerd Report. More information is going to come out, because we definitely need your support. Maelstrom, the Air Force Base out in North Dakota, hey, we'll go investigate that too. We'll go out there, boots in the ground. We'll try to talk to people. Roswell, sure. Area 51, promise you that we will make a trip to Area 51 for you, and we're going to take you guys with us, okay? So a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, a lot of live streaming, and then we're going to put this docuseries or documentary together for you guys too, okay? So we definitely need your support. I got to tell you, we'll investigate this UFO stuff more, this alien stuff, because if it turns out to be 100% true, well, it's history changing, right, guys? And it's fun. Let's go on a ride. All right, guys? Thanks. Be good.